Welcome to the RPG Blender. We give lesser played games and forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I am your host, Game Master George, back to take another look at one of these recently launched Kickstarter projects. Quite a few of them launched, and we took a look at one of them last time, and we've got one more to go after this, but for now, let's take a look at Cryptid Creeks. Cryptid Creeks stop a curse with the help of nature spirits in this tabletop RPG inspired by Gravity Falls. Let's take a look at this video. Her weather worm. That was all, like, normal stuff. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, she's got a weather dragon. Great. An RPG carved from brindlewood. Does that mean that this is based on the Brindlewood Bay system of solving the mystery through your guesses, and then when you actually pass the roll is when your guess is correct? So we learned about the setting here, we didn't learn anything else. We don't know what the system is. This claims that it is a tabletop RPG, however, not just a setting or an adventure. So there should be some mechanical things that we'll be able to look at, that it's not just going to be some kind of hack for Brindlewood Bay. But let's find out. The game stop a terrible curse with the help of cryptids in this tabletop RPG for all ages. Cryptid Creek is a tabletop role-playing game using the popular Powered by the Apocalypse engine and is carved from brindlewood, a term for content based on Jason Cordova's award-winning Brindlewood Bay. Okay, so I'm correct. It is going to be based on Brindlewood Bay. So we're going to have to see how much of this is actually making a new system versus just taking that and putting it into a new setting. See themes of friendship, discovery, and community explored by gaming groups and summer campers for all ages and backgrounds. 150 pages filled with full color art, as you've come to expect from Hatchling Games. I have backed games from Hatchling before. I found the art to be a bit hit or miss. Some of it was very nice, and some of it was not so good. When they're doing the fantastical art, it came out very nice. But the more realistic settings for the art style didn't work so well. Maybe here with the modern mystical theme, it will work. Judging by the cover, at least, the art style is very nice. Standard hardcover can be easily carried. Yes, I don't have it right here, but my copy of Inspirals is pretty small, which if they keep that same form factor, is nice to be able to easily transport. We got robust safety tools, character creation, intuitive dice mechanics, and a guide to running the game. Special edition will feature an alternate cover with foil stamping to make it shimmer, a ribbon bookmark in the spooky shade, and an additional chapter with designer notes and concept art. That's nice. Usually when you get a collector's edition, it's just a different cover, maybe some extra little hangy ribbon bookmarks. But to actually see extra content in the special edition of the book is rare. The game begins with a town you call home becoming cursed. The malediction has occurred many times throughout history, most recently in autumn of 1962. The nature of the curse is completely down to you, however, it always springs from an object sold by the peddler, an enigmatic demon with hidden motivation. So, needful things. The curse is of particular concern to the Watcher, a benevolent cryptid who has existed in harmony with the townfolk for centuries. Must stop the curse before it overwhelms the community and spreads to the neighboring city. Okay, gameplay. Your scouts must investigate for clues to the accursed object while trying to prevent the darkness from spreading. These dual tasks will form the basis of your role-playing sessions. The game is best played over several episodes, but we have provided rules for one-shot play. Okay, good. One-shots are very important when you're trying out a new system. You absolutely can dive into a campaign or a micro-campaign, but doing a one-shot is a chance for you to explore the system without the commitment of a long campaign, and a lot of systems tend to ignore that level of play. Yes, you can run a one-shot of almost any game, but some are more tailored to it than others. And here, if they have some shiftings of the mechanics to allow for one-shot play as opposed to the campaign, then that should make it easier to get a complete experience. Once the Watcher visits your clubhouse to inform you of the curse, you'll begin to discover eerie's around your hometown. These minor cryptids act as the eyes and ears of the Watcher and will observe your crew as they travel Clawfoot Creek. They are neutral, sometimes chaotic, but will intervene under special circumstances. As episodes play out, the curse will spread and grow in strength, its potency measured on a curse clock. Alright, Now we're back into the actual mechanics, the Powered by the Apocalypse stuff. Clocks are a very nice system, especially for horror games. Slowly ticking through 4 phases. I hope that you can split these 4 phases into smaller ticks. Otherwise, you run the risk of having an overwhelming speed as you're rushing through those 4 ticks, or them not being a present enough concern. Your actions during episodes will earn you clues, and when you believe you've collected enough, you can attempt to destroy the cursed object forever. 4 episodes conclude, you'll be shown a list of milestones that, if met, will reward with cryptid keys. These mythical items can be spent to upgrade your clubhouse and boat, so that's the upgrade system. With Powered by the Apocalypse games, you get milestone goals or questions that you have to ask, or something along those lines, and for each one that you answer an affirmative or some other relevant answer, you get a point that you basically get to spend on whatever you're trying to increase. And that would be these cryptid keys. So in theory, they're going to let you improve your stats or gain additional moves or upgrade your boat, which I do like base mechanics. Playbooks. You create scouts using playbooks, the standard Powered by the Apocalypse. We get the skipper, shipwright, lookout, stowaway, journaler, negotiator, medic, and conduit. Oh, very nice. The final game will include rules for you to create your own playbooks and select from a pool of special moves we've called badges. That is great, and that is not something you see terribly often in Powered by the Apocalypse games. Usually you get your playbooks and that's it. For the rest of eternity, anytime you want to play that game, you are limited to those specific playbooks without seeking out stuff that other people have made third party. Yes, I know you can always make your own stuff. That's not the point. The point is that if they're giving you rules for actually doing that here, then they have greatly increased the customization of your Powered by the Apocalypse game, which is something that games based on that system sometimes suffer from. What are badges? I probably should have read this next section before I went off on that little rant. In most Powered by the Apocalypse RPGs, moves are used to determine your actions. We have basic moves, which is standard. They're the basic number of moves that everybody has access to. And then each playbook also has badges which can influence a wide range of mechanics. So I'm going to guess that the badges are the more advanced moves, the non-basic moves, because we start here learning about basic moves, but we haven't learned what the alternative is. So my guess is that the badges are those, but they also seem like they could just be passive buffs. All right, uses 2 6-sided dice where every roll progresses your story regardless of the outcome. I'm going to guess standard Powered by the Apocalypse where you're shooting for a 7+, with a 7 to 9 being a partial success and a 10+ being a full or extra success. Oh, yep, right there. If your rolls fail, 6 or below, the navigator gets the opportunity to react. They might drop misfortunes on your scouts to slow your actions, split the party so you can't rely on one another, or even progress the curse clock. I've just started running my first Powered by the Apocalypse game. Plug. It's going to be coming out the end of this month, beginning of next. So stay tuned for Rhapsody of Blood, a Castlevania-inspired Powered by the Apocalypse game. Anyway, what I was going to say is that using reactions is the way that narrators can push action forward, and it is a bit hard to wrap your head around at first. Don't expect to pick it up the first time you're running the game. I certainly didn't, and while I'm not going to claim that I'm anything special when it comes to game mastering, I have run a lot of games, and this kind of fell outside of what I'm used to. On the river, to stop the curse, you'll travel Clawfoot Creek, visiting landmarks and inspiring locals to fight alongside you. To achieve this, you'll need a boat. Name your trusty vessel, then upgrade it to reach new locations on the map or welcome Eries aboard. I like having a home base that characters can retreat to and improve. And with a boat, that opens up opportunities to then relocate it. Accessibility. Having worked for a deaf charity for 12 years and raising a disabled child, making Cryptid Creeks accessible to everyone is really important to us. Yes, the one that I backed for them was Over Isles. We'll be talking about that later, I'm sure, which was a game that uses sign language as part of the system. At least I think it does. I haven't received it yet. Digital PDFs will accommodate screen readers and feature alt text. Great. Form fillable handouts. Yes. Why is that such a hard thing nowadays? Form fillable PDFs of every character sheet should always be a thing, and far too many games don't do that. Look, I know it's an extra thing that indie games need to work on, and there's enough stacked against them, but please, form fillable PDFs help make your game accessible to more people. I don't always want to fight with my printer to get a usable printout. Sometimes I just want to be able to open it up on my second monitor and type things into a sheet. Please. It also makes it much easier to play online with other people. If I can just send a PDF that they can fill out, that's a lot easier than sending them a PDF and having them print it. Anyway, Rant's over. That's just something that bothers me when I don't find that form-fillable PDF. All right, pledge tiers. £15 for the PDF. Solid price, easily accessible, makes it easy to justify at least backing at the PDF level. And then Early Eerie hardcover of Cryptid Creeks plus an exclusive sticker set. Don't care about the stickers. I hate stickers, but £30 for the hardcover book, that's not bad at all. That said, pounds, so it's probably coming from UK, so it's probably going to be more expensive shipping-wise if you are located in the States, like I am. Regularly £35 if you don't get the early bird, which, sorry, the early bird will probably be gone by the time you watch this video. Special edition is $45 or $50. Hatchling's Horde gets you all of the old stuff too, and Watcher lets you create your own cryptid to appear in the final game. All right, let's talk these pledge levels. In my opinion, these are very well priced. There's a low entry point that's accessible to most people, and when you get to the higher levels, you're not getting stuff that's giving you FOMO. It's just, hey, I want to catch up on the older stuff, or I got a really cool idea for something to contribute to this game and I really want to support it. So they're doing it right here in terms of the consumer. It's not going to bring them as many high-level pledges, I would think, but for us, the people backing it, it's nice that I don't feel like there's a level that I have to go to or else I'm missing out. Now we get to the add-ons. There's always add-ons in every game. Premium dice. They're pretty. Wow, actually, they're very pretty. Are they? Liquid Core and Lichen. Those are actually very pretty. I don't usually go for dice, but those are really pretty. Enamel pins. Oh, wait, there's no prices for these add-ons. Hopefully there'll be a price later. And there's the other games, Inspire and Over Isles. When I backed Over Isles, I picked up the Inspire Isles game. Dragon Dowser, a single-player solar punk RPG using the Carta system. I'll be honest, I missed that. I would consider adding that on. Stretch goals, what do we got? 100 community copies, that's great. That's a really nice stretch goal to add. Adding foil stamping to all hardcovers. You see, they're doing these stretch goals right. Here, they're doing it for the hardcover level, which is the base level. Producing an episodic podcast, an anthology of 10 curses. Like, these are things that are applicable to basically everybody. Yes, if you get the PDF, you're not going to get the hardcover stuff, but would you expect foil stamping to really work on a PDF? Okay, shipping estimates. Oh, wow, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Only £10 to ship to the US. Okay, the shipping is great. Shipping estimates, sorry. Rest of the world, $20. Ooh, £20 for shipping is rough. And then there's a whole bunch of people playing the game, and that's it. That's all we get. I will say that the fact that there is no quick start is a little bit put offish. They really don't talk about the mechanics at all here. They don't talk about what they are adding in that is unique from Brindlewood Bay or Apocalypse World. I am familiar with those systems, so I have an idea of what to expect, but you, if you have not played them or heard of them before, might not know what you're mechanically going to get. And yes, you can say that those videos might provide more examples and information, but this is your Kickstarter page. This is where people should be going to get the majority of the information that they'll need to know that they want to back. And mechanically, all we know if we're coming in here blind from Powered by the Apocalypse is that you roll 2d6 and try to roll higher than a 6. There are these things called moves and these things called badges, which do something, but we don't know what it is. So I will say that while this Kickstarter page has done a really good job of selling the themes and the story of this game, it has not done a good job of selling the mechanics. And having a quick start would help that greatly. Moving forward, this is by Hatchling Games, so let's take a look at some of their past products. They have launched 4 before. Over Isles, this is the one that I backed, and this is one of the reasons why we're taking a look here, to get an idea of how they have fulfilled previously. This game was supposed to be delivered, according to the estimate, in February of 2023. It is currently September of 2023, so about 6 months later. And looking at the updates, final update. Everything has arrived at the distribution centers and we begin fulfillment tomorrow. That was 2 days ago. So it took about 6 extra months to actually get things done. Now again, this is happening during a time when production is getting messed up all over the place. There are lots of issues with shipping and manufacturing that is really impacting the industry. So it is understandable that there would be delays. But I just want it to be clear for anybody who is considering backing this that yes, there is a track record here of a significant delay. But let's take a look at some of the other games that they've created. They have 2 other projects, so let's take a look at them and see how well they delivered. So Inspire Isles, that was supposed to be delivered in August of 2020, and it looks like, ooh, wow. And yes, this was in the middle of COVID, so again, we understand a little bit, but it looks like the US backer hardcovers arrived in February of 2022 versus, January of 2021. So that was about a 13-month delay from them receiving the goods. By that time, their second Kickstarter had already launched, I think? Yikes. So again, that's another significant delay, but I will say that the delay of their next project, Over Isles, cut that delay in half. So it went from 13 months to 6 months, assuming that it arrives soon. It still hasn't arrived for me yet, but hopefully soon. And then Dragon Dowser, their most recent one, estimated delivery is August of 2023. Let's see how they did with this one, their most recent. They sent out surveys in July, and there has not been an update since July. Now, granted, they have been preparing for this launch as well, but this does already show them being a month past, and the surveys only went out a month before delivery was supposed to be made. So they do have a track record for delayed fulfillment. Judging by what I'm seeing here, you probably would expect to see about a 6 months to a year delay. So instead of getting this game in May of 2024, it might take as long as October 2024, which would be a great time for it to arrive. And it might even take up to May of 2025. Realistically, I would expect to see this somewhere Q3, Q4 of 2024. But again, you never know how much of that was caused by delays outside of their control. But anyway, would I back it? Yes. Yes, I would, and I probably will as soon as we're done here. I like Powered by the Apocalypse, I like Brindlewood Bay, and the price point is great for entry level. I will probably back at the hardcover tier because I don't need any of the stuff from the higher tiers. And I will be tempted by those dice when I find out the price. Anyway, that's it for me. If you'd like to check out the last video, you can find it here. Otherwise, you can find out some other Kickstarter projects here. Anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.